Let's talk about Aladdin, the street kid, the magic lamp, the genie, and the princess. You know the story, right? Or do you? The Aladdin you know is a Hollywood remix of a much older stranger tale. The real story is a wild journey through centuries of retelling, translation, and transformation. The version we love is just the latest chapter. The original is darker, more complex, and its hero is far from perfect. Aladdin wasn't even part of the original 1001 Nights. He was a late addition by a clever European translator. And get this, the story is set in China, not the Middle East. That's right, Aladdin was originally a kid from China, not Agrabah. We're about to peel back the layers and reveal how this story traveled the world, changed shape, and became a global legend. So grab some popcorn. The real Aladdin is more dramatic, surprising, and global than any movie could ever capture. It's time to meet the real Aladdin. Before Aladdin, there was the 1001 Nights, a legendary mixtape of stories passed down and remixed for centuries. No single author wrote it. It grew from ancient Indian and Persian tales, evolving as it traveled along trade routes. Storytellers in Baghdad, Cairo, and Damascus added their own twists, creating new adventures and characters. The collection is held together by the story of Scheherazade, who tells cliffhanger tales to save her life from a vengeful king. But here's the twist. Aladdin wasn't in any original Arabic manuscripts. For centuries he was missing from the lineup. His story didn't appear in the Middle East. It debuted in Paris thanks to a French translator looking to spice up his book. Aladdin was a latecomer, added to help the collection become a sensation. The Nights became a living, evolving anthology, part history, part remix, and always changing. It was the Netflix of its day, with new stories added to keep audiences hooked. Aladdin's arrival was a game-changer, but he was never part of the original band. He was the surprise hit that took the world by storm. So, who put Aladdin in the Nights? Meet Antoine Galland, the French scholar who introduced the collection to Europe. Galland translated a Syrian manuscript, but when he ran out of stories, he needed new material. Enter Hana Diab, a Syrian storyteller Galland met in Paris. Diab shared tales from his homeland, among them, Aladdin and Ali Baba. These stories weren't found in any old Arabic texts. They came straight from Diab's oral tradition. Galland wrote them down in French, and the world assumed they were part of the original Nights. The most famous Arabian tales were actually told by a Syrian to a Frenchman in Paris, a true cultural mashup. Later, English translator Richard Burton added his own spin, making the stories even more daring and explicit. The Arabian Nights we know is the product of countless storytellers, scribes, and translators, each shaping it for their own time. Aladdin's journey from oral tale to global legend is a story of collaboration, adaptation, and reinvention. The original Aladdin is nothing like the Disney version. The story is set in China, and Aladdin is a lazy, troublesome boy, not a lovable street rat. His father dies of disappointment and his mother struggles to keep him in line. The villain isn't Jafar but a North African sorcerer who tricks Aladdin into retrieving a magic lamp. There's no cave of wonders, just a hidden trapdoor and a magic ring for protection. When Aladdin refuses to hand over the lamp, the sorcerer seals him in the cave. The princess isn't Jasmine but Badroulbadour, and Aladdin becomes obsessed with her after spying on her. He uses the genie to sabotage her arranged marriage, kidnapping the groom and terrifying the princess. There are no three wishes. The genie is an all-powerful servant with no limits. Aladdin uses the genie to build a palace, impress the sultan, and win the princess. The story is less about inner worth and more about what happens when a lazy kid gets unlimited power. It's a rags-to-riches tale, but with a lot more magical mischief and questionable choices. The original Aladdin is a wild, unpredictable adventure. Nothing like the sanitized fairy tale we know. In the original story there are two genies, one in the lamp and one in a magic ring. The ring genie is the first to appear, helping Aladdin escape the cave. He's less powerful but crucial to Aladdin's survival. The lamp genie is a terrifying, all-powerful spirit. No jokes, no friendship, just obedience. After Aladdin marries Badroulbadour, the sorcerer returns, tricks the princess, and steals the lamp. The genie transports Aladdin's palace and wife to Africa, leaving Aladdin desperate. Using the ring genie, Aladdin travels to Africa, where he and the princess outsmart the sorcerer with a sleeping potion. Aladdin reclaims the lamp and defeats the villain. But the story doesn't end there. The sorcerer's evil brother arrives, disguised as a holy woman seeking revenge. It's a saga of magical battles, deception, and survival. The original tale is packed with twists, danger, and double crosses. Forget 3 wishes. This is a high-stakes game of magical power. Aladdin's story is far more epic and unpredictable than any movie adaptation. Aladdin's journey from east to west is a story of cultural transformation. Gallen's French translation ignited Europe's obsession with the exotic, inspiring art, music and literature. As the stories spread, each culture added its own flavor. Britain turned Aladdin into a children's hero, while Disney made him a global icon. The 1992 Disney film blended Arabian fantasy with Broadway spectacle, creating a new, distinctly Western version. Agrabah, the fictional city, is a mashup of Middle Eastern and South Asian influences. But here's the twist. Disney's Aladdin became so popular it was translated back into Arabic and shown across the Middle East. Kids everywhere grew up with the same story, no matter where they lived. The tale came full circle, a global remix shared and reshaped by everyone. Aladdin is no longer just French, Syrian, or American, it belongs to the world. The story's journey is a testament to the power of cultural exchange. Aladdin is a truly global legend, shaped by centuries of imagination. Why do we still care about Aladdin and the 1001 Nights? These stories tap into universal dreams, power, transformation, and the hope that life can change overnight. Scheherazade saves herself with storytelling, proving that words can be more powerful than swords. Aladdin's tale is the ultimate fantasy of sudden fortune and reinvention. The genie is a metaphor for the miracles we all wish for in tough times. The nights remind us that stories are alive. They travel, adapt, and connect us across cultures. Aladdin's journey from Syrian folktale to Disney blockbuster shows that culture is a conversation, not a monologue. In a divided world, these stories remind us of our shared imagination. The magic of the nights is that there's always another story to tell, always a new dawn after the darkest night. So next time you watch Aladdin, remember the centuries of storytellers behind it. The real magic isn't in the lamp, it's in the unstoppable power of a good story. These tales endure because they speak to our deepest hopes and dreams, and as long as we keep telling them, the adventure never ends.